Hi everybody, today is September 25th and I'm gonna start doing a lot of composting now. We haven't had hardly any rain all year, and so it's been very dry and the compost pile really hasn't done anything. We have all these tomato plants right next to the compost pile, probably from all the tomatoes I threw in last year, and then these must have fallen to the side. So I have this whole side of tomato plants. Thought this is kind of interesting because instead of weeds, I have tomato plants here. So that's kind of fun. I need to get this all cut down. This is a strawberry patch. And usually every year you see strawberry plants in here. But this year there are very few. Here's a couple right here. But that's it. I mean, they're far and few between. So I was going to work on digging this all up and starting over fresh next year, but I don't know yet. I mean, there's still some in here. I don't think it's enough to save the whole thing. And as I found in other, like last year, there were certain areas. So like there might not be any here because there's so many thistles in here. There's just so many thistles that I think they just kind of squeezed the strawberries out. But let's look over here a little bit more. And then like over in here, there were a whole bunch of strawberries. I'm really not seeing hardly any this year. I don't know what happened to them. This whole area was full of strawberry plants. And then I had a lot of weeds. So I thought the weeds were squeezing them out, which very well could be what happened here, but it just seems really weird that they're all gone. They just all disappeared. We had a lot of rain this spring. We didn't have any all summer, but we did have a lot this spring. So I don't know if it drowned them out, or I don't know if it was just the weeds or something else happened. They were just getting old. I didn't come out to the garden at all yesterday. So I don't know what kind of mess I'm gonna find out here. There's still a lot of these little red volunteer tomatoes. Look at all of these. Uh-oh, I did not bring a basket out with me right now. I'll have to come back a little later. Here's the pumpkins. We got one there. I still can't believe how few pumpkins there are. There's that big one. It doesn't look like it's getting any bigger, so it grew and then it stopped. But the plant started dying, so that could be why. There's another one in here. Oh, those are prickly plants. There's another one in there that's pretty decent. I just need a couple. So let's see in here. There's one right there. Oh, that's a new one. I don't think I'd seen that one before. Oh, that's good. I really wanted pumpkins this year. Here's one. That one's pretty decent. I mean, it's still little. Here's another one. This one I think has been here, but it's pretty cute. Look at that, little ladybugs, new ladybugs. A lot of weeds are right in here, so it's hard to see. Oh, there's one there. Maybe that one will keep growing. I always get scared when I get over here because the ground is kind of squishy and I'm like, am I gonna fall in? But then I remember that that's where I put a bunch of compost. I have one pretty orange pumpkin. The plant is very dead, but the pumpkin itself is okay. Doesn't need to be much bigger. That's good. Here's one. That's a nice size one. It's a very dark one. That's cool. Oh, I see one in there in all the weeds. That's fun. Okay, I got one here. All right, so we're finally getting a decent amount of pumpkins here. It's very late though. It's almost October, so hopefully they'll get big enough. They should, at least big enough that we can pick them by Halloween. Whoa, there's a bunny in there. The bunny just went running. Aw. I wonder if there's babies in there. Here's a really weird little one. I wonder what kind that is. There's only one on that plant. At least the barn kitty here, Mango, did not see the bunny, but now I feel bad that I scared it away. So I hope there's not babies in there. Maybe it'll come back in a little bit. That one's really fun. I really like that one. I picked some fun varieties, so I'm thinking that one will be fun. So that's a pretty good mix of pumpkins. Looks like it needs to be watered a little bit, but I don't know. It's supposed to rain today. It's kind of raining all around us right now, and it doesn't look like we're gonna get any now for a while, but maybe we'll get a little bit. All right, let's go over to the garden and see how the squash bugs are doing. See if there's a bunch today. Oh, I still don't see any. There's one. There's one on that little orange one. I don't see any on this big yellow one. Oh, it looks like maybe the 7 did the trick here. I'm really not seeing it, but again, it's noon. I always come out right around noon, and then I don't see any. I will check again later this time. I just didn't get back out here yesterday to see, but I will check again and see, because I'm not seeing any in here. Still got some Romas, but the ones on the ground are getting pretty bad. I was gonna say, if there's squash bugs though, I was gonna try a few other little things. Here are the large cherry tomatoes, and I kind of wrecked them one day. I watered them a little too much, so a lot of them split. So when I take them in, they're getting bad pretty fast. I love these red ones, but they got blight and they got stink bugs. Oh no. I gotta pick some of those. There's still the peppers. I gotta see if my red pepper's still there. Oh, and here's a whole bunch of good looking Romas here. Oh, there's another one that's almost red. Oh, look at this one. Yay. That's what I was hoping to see. I think I'm gonna pick it right now, live on video. Look at that. It is a beautiful red pepper, my first one ever. Let's see if I can get, oh, look at, uh-oh, the bottom's still a little green. Maybe I'll take it in and let it finish. So it's still got one little green spot. But look at that, first red pepper ever. Yay, that's exciting. Look at, here's a couple. This one I think is gonna turn yellow. Here's a yellow one. But then here's some more red ones. Yay. Oh, yes. I'm gonna like eat this for dinner tonight. Look at the orange one. Oh, that one should be ready in a day or two. That's what I wanted, the red, orange, and yellow ones. So I didn't get any last year, so this is so fun. Look at that one. Finally, my peppers. I'm finally gonna get red peppers. That is the best. Those are really the only peppers I like. The red, orange, and yellow ones. The green, I mean, these purple ones were okay. They pretty much just taste like regular peppers that aren't my favorite. Oh, look at this one though. That one's huge. Holy schmolies. That thing is ginormous. So that's super fun, and I hope it turns red. I had some of those Emerald Giants, and where I thought I put them, they don't seem very big. So I'm wondering if I have them all kind of mixed up together. Oh, here's another orange one. Oh, that's a big one. This should all be ready in a couple days. It's crazy to me that some of these pepper plants are falling over because they have such big peppers on them. See, these little green ones here are supposedly the Emerald Giants, but they're not very giant. So these other ones are much bigger. So I don't know what happened with those. I still do have a lot of the hot peppers here. Oh, excuse me. The big gems, I see those are turning red. There's one over there, and then there's one on this side that's really red. That one, you can't see the whole thing, but it looks like, oh, look at that, it's a giant one turning red. That's super cool. Very cool. And then I got the jalapenos are changing. They're purple now. If you let them keep going, they'll turn red. So there's some big green ones in there. That's really cool. Still, darn, I wish I would have made more of them. I mean, planted more of them this year. Look at those red tomatoes in there. I see a few that are rotten because they're not getting picked enough, but I gotta definitely better bring a basket out here later and get some of these. I might take some of these in though right away. Let's look at that, how nice they are. They really are nice, and they're changing colors really nicely inside. Hi, Rogue. They're changing colors inside nicely before they're getting these diseases out here, which is really nice. So I just gotta pick them. I'm only picking a couple here though. I don't have any more hands. Look at all of these in here. They're on the ground. Oh my. Look at this giant one. So I'll definitely come out later with a big basket and pick a bunch of these. I'll probably share these with my neighbor. They really like these ones, and I have a lot now. I did freeze a bunch today. I got a whole bunch of the large cherry ones. These are those organic Gardener's Delights, and I froze a big bag of them. I wish I could get more of these. They're pretty cool. I don't really like eating them, but they are so beautiful. They are the ones that turn like a dark burgundy color, so that the tomato inside is like, it's like a dark brown color, and it just, I don't know, it tastes delicious. I did try a little bit. I got myself to try a little bit of it, but they look to me like I'm eating rotten tomatoes, but they're not. They're delicious. But they're really cool looking, and they're really pretty. I like just having them sitting there. And here, look how big these onions are getting. And some of these beets look like I might actually get beets out of them. Not sure yet though. I don't see any like beet tops sticking up really. So maybe not. Oh, and I haven't even checked these zucchinis in days. There's a couple nice ones. I think I picked one. I don't know if it was yesterday or the day before. And I carried it into the house. I'm just not having luck with zucchini this year. I carried it into the house. I had it on my arm. And when I got in, I had these like 7 big bites on my arm. And I was like, ugh, that's kind of creepy. And then today when I was looking at it, there's like all these little spots on it. So it definitely had some kind of bug. So I ended up throwing that one away. So I don't know what that is. I mean, I probably could have washed it off, but it was just so weird. I just decided I didn't want to mess with it. I should look over here. These untrellised tomato plants that are huge have huge tomatoes on them. So that's cool. And there's a little bit of blight over here. I really should spray it with something before it takes over the entire plants. I think that you can spray that. I think somebody left a comment about using baking soda and water, but I will double check. And I'll let you know when I get that posted and if it's enough to try spraying it. Here are cucumbers. They just look like, I mean, they definitely have powdery mildew completely covering them, but they also look super dry. So I don't know, they were doing so well, so that's a bummer. And then I haven't checked those much either. Got a lot of weird yellow cucumbers. What's the matter, Rogue? Ooh, jeez, excuse me. I accidentally killed this marigold plant. I hit the whole bed with the lawnmower. So it knocked it out. Some of the flowers are still there, but I did pick a bunch off to keep the seeds. So I'll have a bunch of seeds for next year. Lots of beans. I see tons and tons of beans in here. If it would rain, that would be so awesome if it would rain, because I think we'd get lots more beans. Green beans covered. So we gotta pick some of those. Yeah, so there's still a lot in this garden, even though it's almost October. it's still making it. There is a lot of kale here still. Uh-oh, got a grasshopper on my head. There are so many grasshoppers. It's just, my whole yard is just overflowing with grasshoppers. Cabbages that don't look good, but some of them are actually finally getting a little bit bigger here. I thought they were kind of done growing. So probably in a week or so, I'll just come in here and pick them all out. These are kale. Not sure why the kale is turning so yellow. And then the broccoli. I've got to work on figuring out broccoli next year because all I really have are lots of pretty flowers on the broccoli and bees. Bees and flowers. I mean, I know I screwed up because I got stung with a grasshopper. So that was kind of my fault. I just let them get out of control then and just ignored them. Look at this beautiful cabbage. There's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's like at least 5 or 6 good heads in here. And then some that don't look so good. But that's still quite a bit in there. I'm so excited about these peppers though. Look at that. That one's almost done too. It's so fun. And here's the Romas. Quite a few to pick there. And then here's the cherry tomatoes. And I got a bunch of new ones. So it was kind of weird. Some of the old ones started tasting like old rotten tomatoes, which is kind of weird. And then the yellow brandywine. I don't know. I had some weird luck with them this year. I'm not really sure what to think of them this year. I got a bunch of them and they were delicious in my sauces and stuff. But now I don't really see, there's not many new ones. I mean, there were blossoms, but as late as it is, we probably won't get any more. But there's still a couple in here that need to be picked. And then there's still quite a few cherries, tomatoes that were accidentally planted in here. Got some dill that's looking pretty nice. I could pick those. I have a few cucumbers yet that are still good that I would like to make into pickles. And there's cherry ones in here amongst the terrible Campbell's tomatoes. That is a bummer. They were pretty good. I mean, I did get some off of there and they tasted really good. They actually kind of tasted like soup, but they just didn't do well in this area, I guess. Hey, look at all that nice new dill growing. Yeah, definitely. There's Rogue in the dill. She's smelling it. Does that smell good, Rogue? Huh? Yeah? It smells so good. Ooh, I think I'm having a bad allergy to something out here, so I think I'm gonna go in. I'm not watering any more of that grass today. I'm hoping that it's gonna rain enough that I don't have to water it today. If it doesn't rain by this afternoon, I'll probably go out and water it a little bit. I put the sprinkler on it yesterday for about a half hour, so I think it's good, but I will still water it if it doesn't rain anymore today. It did rain a little bit earlier, just like sprinkles for about a half hour. So I don't know if that was enough, but I keep hearing that you can never water grass too much. So I will, the grass needs enough, so I'll still water them a little bit. I love that these are blossoming again. These little cherry ones. It's so fun. All right. Okay, well, things are still looking halfway decent in the garden. Not really, but I mean, as far as the produce goes, it's looking good. As far as the plants go, they're not doing so good. But there's still a lot of produce out here. I could fill up probably a couple baskets today easily. Look at these. These are all blossoming too. I think what I need to do is start looking for some sheets and stuff to throw over these if it does get too cold. And then maybe we'll be able to keep it going a little bit longer than I did last year. Because after that first frost we got on September 29th, then it was warm again for a couple more weeks. So I didn't lose everything, but the tomatoes were pretty much done. They completely stopped, after that first frost. They stopped doing anything. They weren't doing anything all summer, so... but it didn't help any. So anyways, I think if I get these covered up for the first frost. They'll make it through and last for a couple more weeks. Especially these peppers. I sure hope these last for a while yet. Because there is still, I can't believe how big some of these are. I saw there's a great big orange one over here, but it looks like it's got that, I don't know if that's blossom end rot or grasshoppers were eating it. It's got the big hole in the side. That's a bummer. It's just kind of a scrape off the side. So, I mean, that's what it looks like, a scrape. That's why I don't know if maybe it's the grasshoppers eating it. Or it's blossom end rot. I don't know for sure yet. Look at Rogue. She loves hiding under the plants. Look at her in there. Hi, Rogue. Hi. Hi. There you go. Hi. So she loves being in the garden. She really liked the insect netting. She would go into it and hide in there from laying there when it got really hot out. So, all right, I think that's it. That is pretty much the whole garden right now. And that's it. I hope yours is still doing okay. Got the trees changing colors over there. Looks like they're changing so fast. Like, they're gonna be gone before we know it, those leaves. So, all right, have a great day. Have fun in your garden. I hope you're still getting lots of tomatoes and peppers and cucumber. I don't know about cucumbers. Mine are done, or whatever else you're growing. So have a great day. Bye.